Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Dialogue. I'm TAIMUR Shamil. Prime Minister NAWAZ Sharif is on his official 2 days visit to Kazakhstan, Astana, where he is to attend the 17th Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting of head of states. And today, Pakistan also becomes the permanent member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And this is a very positive, a very important forward step taken by Pakistan. And this is also very important that Pakistan would be collaborating with the seven other Shanghai Cooperation Organization members to work on the military affairs, also to work on the security situation in the region, on the economic side as well, and also on the trade side as well. And Pakistan certainly is going to benefit from this membership. This whole group of 8 countries, including China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan and India, would be working for the betterment, obviously, of the region. And this is also a point where all these countries would work on solving the issues, outstanding issues as well. This is very interesting that yesterday, Prime Minister Mohammad Nawaz Sharif also met the Indian Prime Minister Modi. And though it was a very short meeting, but still it was a breakthrough. And we are going to discuss about also this breakthrough as well. Also, Prime Minister today met the Russian President Vladimir Putin in Astana. This is also a very interesting and very important development. We're going to talk about Shanghai Cooperation Organization and how Pakistan is going to benefit from the membership. For that, we have our guest in the studios. Our first guest is Mr. Ehsan Bashir. He is a senior defense analyst and a political commentator. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Our second guest is Mr. Zahid Gishkori. He is a senior journalist and also reports on the international affairs and also on the Pakistan's foreign policy. Welcome to the program, Mr. Zahid. Mr. Ehsan, starting with the meeting of Prime Minister with Vladimir Putin, President of Russia. How do you see Pakistan now? Today becomes the member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. What are the prospects for Pakistan and how Pakistan is going to benefit from this membership?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much, Taimur. And today I would say that it's a great day in the history of Pakistan, because another milestone has been achieved by Pakistan for becoming, permanent member in SCO. SCO is a very important forum, and especially for the in this region as well. And the kind of leadership which is sitting today in Astana, and the kind of meetings which are happening is speaking a great volume for itself as to what kind of importance is geared up with all this. Right. Having said this, I would say that Pakistan was in an observance for SCO since 2005. And then a very long journey Pakistan took, and in 2017 now, Pakistan has become a permanent member. Not only Pakistan, but another regional player also has become importantly, and for which Pakistan is always looking forward to, and that is India also becomes a permanent member in the SCO as well. Both the countries are now playing very pivotal or very important role for 2-3 important aspects which needs to be seen in the SCO. One is the charter of SCO is that it works for against the terrorism, it will work for the control of drugs, it will work for the trade enhancement, it will work for cooperation and better energy exchanges and all these
cultural
things.
As well, and
exactly, and economic development on that account, for which already the Chinese leadership have given the concept of One Belt, One Road initiative for that as well. So
interestingly, India didn't attend the OBOR and they weren't there. But at the same time, now India wants to become a member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. They have become a member
sooner
of
or the later,
SCO. But how do you see these two sides?
Basically, Taimur, the thing is that sooner or the later, India is realizing that India can't abstain itself or can't keep itself away from, cashing on this initiative or this fortune which has come into this region, for which probably this region was waiting for a very long time now. Right. And compatible with any other region in the world, this region desperately needed this kind of cooperation. So India has now realized that in staying away or abstaining itself away from this kind of cooperation organization is not going to benefit India, but rather it's going to disturb the Indian life for that matter. So that is why he wanted to be a part of SCO, and they have been also given the same. There are three kinds of basically countries which are there in this SCO, and that is important. One is the permanent member line, and the other is those countries which are kept as observers, and there's another three countries which are kept as only involved for dialogues, in which Afghanistan, Iran are very, very important countries for that matter. Now, since the situation...
So this is a regional activity that we see is going
absolutely.
on. Right, looking at these 8 countries now, how do you see the regional cooperation in the military affairs, in the military sphere, in the economic sphere, trade sphere, and the cultural sphere as well? How do you see Pakistan becoming a member of SCO?
Shamil, thank you very much. Of course, it's a very significant development. And today I was just going through all the event, and Prime Minister meeting with the Afghan President was also very vital. And then with Putin, it's first of its kind. It's a very significant message, at least for the region. And then Chinese President meeting with Modi. So definitely it's a major breakthrough and very, very vital point and vital addition for SCO in terms of business and military cooperation. So far, the region, is facing sort of a very difficult situation.
And Pakistan and Russia have been closely working on the military cooperation.
Yes, this is very, very important. And today meeting will carry a very significant, I think right now meeting is going on, and we have expectation at the Foreign Office, but thinking about it and making its mind. And Pakistan has been working on Pakistani Prime Minister meeting and the expected visit of Mr. Putin to Islamabad. So I think today meeting will carry out some fruitful messages and future perspective for Pakistan as well. And I hope so that by end of this year might be Mr. Putin visiting Pakistan. This is a very significant message for India as well. And then cooperation between Pakistan and India. Everybody was expecting that on the corner meeting might be Modi and Prime Minister meeting, but unfortunately I think they cannot meet in detail, but just have a handshake. Right. But Indian media was also reporting that Modi meeting with the Chinese President, just he singled out Pakistan, that almost counted out that basis on war and terror like that. But hopefully, I see that this is very vital in a way that 5 big countries are now permanent member of this SCO. I'm sure that this organization will not be deaf and dumb like SARC.
Certainly, and this is because these are Euro-Asian countries, essence of, and also they are rich of resources as well, and they can play a very crucial role in bringing peace and stability in the region. Economic and trade partnership can also boost the economy of not just Pakistan but other countries in the region as well.
Absolutely, and that makes it very important and potent force, as Zaid Sab is also referring to, that if we compare SCO with SARC, SCO is going to be more vibrant. And SCO will be a forum which we are looking forward to in this region, because this region has got multi-dimensional, multifaceted problems, and we really want to negotiate on those problems, and we want to come out of those problems. And we were looking forward to having a kind of a force or a potent platform from where these things can originate, and not only originate but also solutions can be provided for that matter, like India and Pakistan are at the verge of, always it looks at the verge of war, and it's a nuclear flashpoint also in this region.
And interestingly, not just Pakistan. We see that if we look at the developments in the last 2 years, Pakistan has been acting very maturely. We have been there in India to discuss Afghanistan and India. Mr. Sartaj Aziz was in Amritsar to attend the Heart of Asia conference to discuss Afghanistan and India, where he was criticized by the Afghan officials and by the Indian officials as well. But interestingly, Pakistan has been trying to bring India on the table for talks to solve the issues on Kashmir and other outstanding issues. On the other hand, we see that India somehow has been very reluctant in talking to Pakistan, or for that matter to China as well. They didn't attend the OBOR for that matter.
The interest of India in this region is that he wants to be known as a power in this region, and I think India is following a wrong track. If you want to rise to that level and you want to achieve that point, then you have to take the others also along.
You can't isolate yourself.
Your foreign policy and your foreign relations have to be. And Pakistan, on the other hand, being a smaller country, has done very well, I would say, for the reason that Pakistan believes on having a friendship. Pakistan believes on extending good neighborhood. Pakistan has always talked of having peace in the neighborhood, because it is not only in the interest of Pakistan, in the interest of the countries in which the problem is, and overall this entire region gets benefited, like power sharing. Is a game which Pakistan thinks should be done. But India, on the other hand, wants to suppress everything which Pakistan says. It's a Pakistan phobia kind of a thing on which India basically caches so many things. They try to present a different kind of a perception to their people for their own internal vested goals.
Very important, since Zahid, these 8 countries would be working on military cooperation and also to eliminate extremism and terrorism from the region. Do you think that India would realize, and other countries in the region can make India realize, that it has to give up its support to the terrorists operating inside Pakistan or in Afghanistan?
I think it could be very vital, particularly the role of Russia and China in this cooperation could be very vital, in the sense that Pakistan, in a real sense, that the problem of Pakistan is that Pakistan might and has not been showing the way that Pakistan is a real victim of hostile agencies' involvement, particularly in the province of Balochistan. This is a very serious issue, by the way. Pakistan should highlight it. Pakistan should seek help of China and Russia, as India is now a vital part of this organization. And Pakistani authorities have no doubt that the involvement of these agencies and the role of other sabotage activities always been over there. So it's a vital opportunity for these 2 countries as well, and role of Afghanistan too. And I see a different perspective in this sense, particularly the development we witnessed today for good omen for SAARC as well, because if India and Pakistan are really willing to make SAARC a very vibrant organization like SCO, they could invite China as a permanent member.
But there are bigger countries, obviously, in SCO, like China and Russia and Pakistan and India, with bigger economies.
5 big countries are here. Now the 5 big countries, right? Russia, China, India, and of course Pakistan as well. So I see a bigger platform, and today Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's speech was also very important. I liked the speech in a way that he congratulated Indian Prime Minister to become a permanent member of this. It was a very balanced speech. So I'm also expecting same from India as well, because both countries could find new ways to expand and resolve the issues they have been facing during the last 2 decades.
Can we move forward, Mr. Hassan, if we are talking about economic cooperation, if we are thinking about working on China-Pakistan economic corridor, though Indian media, Indian officials, their think tanks, they have been severely criticizing China-Pakistan economic corridor. They have been criticizing One Belt, One Road project, but they are part of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Do you think that while the region is working on these mega projects, India can also benefit from this, whereas we see that India is also supporting the terrorists inside Pakistan? Kulbhushan Yadav's case is there, and they are also supporting terrorists in Afghanistan to carry out attacks in Pakistan and also on the border between Pakistan and India, Pakistan and Afghanistan. How do you see this? Do you think that SCO would pressurize India to give up its support to the terrorists?
It's basically not the matter of pressure, but I think it's matter of compulsion now. That anyone in this forum or in this region has to draw strength from the others also. In isolation, if one country thinks that he can do or makes his good meat, in isolation would be left far behind. And this is now a very broad and a real, very realistic message which has gone in to everyone in there and everyone. And if you remember, the TAPI and CASA 1000 are the examples of that. You see, if there is no cohesion, then these kind of mega projects doesn't get commercialized. They don't get mobilized. And if they don't do it, then that means you are not making full utilization of the resources lying in this region, and you're not making use of it. Who is beneficiary and who is not? The answer is very simple. The one who is not going to be part of this, it will be left behind. So India, for that matter, if wants to play an important role and wants to rise to a suitable level on which he is thinking, then he has to take the others also along with it. And that can't happen by victimizing, one country for that matter, or trying to have a blame game, or trying to use or make conspiracies hashed elsewhere. And if that kind of situation prevails, then that means that SCO's importance will also be compromised or jeopardized. But I'm sure with the presence of China and Russia in this forum, they are not going to let it happen, because their own stakes are very high in this. So they are going to definitely put weight behind these two or the rest of the countries to come and sit and get their resolve the all outstanding issues. According to the ambit of SCO is little different, but then the weight for sure will be there.
Will be there. Pakistan becomes a permanent member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This is a very important and forward step for Pakistan. This will certainly improve Pakistan's economy and its relations with the Eurasian countries. But at the same time, India's membership to the SCO is also very interesting. And as our guest of the view that India would be under pressure from the SCO to give up its support to the terrorists and the extremists inside Pakistan and in Afghanistan. We'll see if that will happen. We'll take a break, and after the break, we'll also discuss about Pakistan Army's successful operation against Daesh in Mastung, where more than 12 terrorists were killed and 2 suicide bombers were killed in the operation. Pakistan's resolve is to eliminate extremism and terrorism and the mindset that promotes extremism and terrorism. We'll take a short break, and after the break, we'll discuss about the military operation against Daesh. Stay with us.
रमजान की रहमत आ जाए किरदार में, बातचीत में नरमी हो, खुशी मिले सार में। रमजान की रहमत आ जाए किरदार में। रमजान पाकिस्तान अल्लाह का एहसान है। रमजान
Welcome back. 12 terrorists who had their links with Daesh were killed in a military operation, 3 days military operation that took place in Mastung. And these terrorists were also, this was the group that also carried out an attack on Maulana Abdul Ghafoor Haidari, Deputy Chairman Senate. And also these terrorist individuals were involved in different terrorist activities in parts of Pakistan. This is not the first time that Daesh has attacked innocent people in Pakistan. A couple of months back, the Sufi shrine in Sindh was attacked by Daesh, and the responsibility was claimed by the Daesh, in which 88 people lost their lives. Innocent children, innocent women lost their lives in that attack. and before that, there were several attacks carried out by Daesh. There were in February, the suicide attack in Seven. In November 2016, Daesh attacked a Sufi shrine in Khuzdar. In October 2016, Daesh claimed the responsibility of attack on Police Training College, Quetta. In August 2016, President Quetta Bar Association was killed by Daesh, and later the hospital where people gathered to mourn his death was also attacked, and many people lost their lives in that attack. So Daesh has been active in Pakistan, and the military operation is successfully going on against these perpetrators of extremism and terrorism. Operation Raddul Fasad is going successfully. We are going to discuss about how Pakistan is going to handle the threat of Daesh and how Pakistan has been fighting successfully against the most notorious individuals and groups, terrorist groups in the region like Al-Qaeda and TTP. If we can eliminate TTP and Al-Qaeda and Lashkar Jangvi al-Islami, we can certainly eliminate these few terrorists as well. Mr. Yassin, talking about Daesh, this recent attack, the previous attack in Seven, before that in Khuzdar, as I mentioned, and Daesh, how do you see Daesh in Pakistan and in Afghanistan, and the way Pakistan Army is working against these terrorists and these extremists?
Well, Taimur, it's a little complex now for the handling of Daesh, because repeated operations which has gone in by the army, they have been successful, and we have come long way, and now we are into Raddul Fasad. Raddul Fasad is an operation which is making a lot of success, and it was for the also with a view to contain those successes which we have over a period of time achieved should not be reversed for that matter. Now, interestingly, if you see in Pakistan, this particular group, Daesh, or particularly there is one area of Pakistan which is become out of all, if I gear up the number of, hypothetically, if I say that there has been 50, such kind of attacks or such kind of operations, out of in entire Pakistan, 40 must have been in Balochistan only. Now, Balochistan is a place or a part of Pakistan which is being tried by our neighbors, by others, to make it a difficult place for Pakistan to hold. If you remember, there's a long history of Balochistan. Recently, we got hold of Gulbashan Jadhav, who was involved actively in having launched a complete network in Balochistan.
Raw agent.
A raw agent.
Right.
And a serving naval officer was got charged and accepted everything. So that shows that how important is Balochistan. All that links of the long border with Afghanistan also runs, the maximum runs with Balochistan. Right. Inside Balochistan also there are groups which are happy to be with Pakistan, and there are groups which are not happy to be with Pakistan.
Though there are few, there are very few.
Very few, but their presence is there, but they are still there. So in Balochistan, this makes a situation really complicated and difficult. But Alhamdulillah, Pakistan Army and intelligentsia, in the South intelligentsia, the IB, because this particular Mastung operation was also based on IBO operation. So this all makes it complex, but at the same time, Army and intelligentsia together, along with the assistance of the local government, has been able to control it substantially. Right. However, if we today say that this has been finished totally, I would say no, this is not right. Still, as Mastung operation is a reflection, or it speaks itself, that the involvement of the foreigners are still there. That means they, if today we have been able to control in Mastung this kind of operation, there would be tomorrow somewhere else as well.
Message is very clear, Zahid, and that is that obviously Pakistan Army is successfully carrying out operation against these terrorists, and obviously they can't operate inside Pakistan. But understanding Daesh first, would you tell us about that? You have been reporting on Daesh presence in Pakistan, and this Daesh that is there in Pakistan and Afghanistan is a part of the Daesh Khorasan wing, and they are working over here in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Interestingly, and this is very sad, that they have attacked innocent people on Sufi shrines in Sindh and other places. Do you think that the very core of Daesh is sectarianism, and there is but they get their strength from sectarianism? What is the way out for Pakistan to act against Daesh?
Shamil, you are right. Sectarianism could be one of the reasons, but the most important thing, very vital, is to tell the people that nothing new about Daesh, nothing. I mean, in a way that no foreigner here, the real footprints of Daesh, which is operating basically in Syria and Iraq, even in Afghanistan, is not here in Pakistan. But the issue is that our own homegrown, old band outfit like Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, Lashkar Jaish-e-Mohammed, Sipah-e-Mohammed, and many other organizations,
the band
like
organizations,
TTP, they now are mobilizing their own workers, militant, that to become part of this very attractive, newly emerging band outfit.
What's attractive about that?
Attractive is that in a way that they are not paying only money, but having a broader network, social networking, brainwashing, and introducing new trends of terrorism, just creating chaos, targeting people in a different way through social media like that. Look at that when Pakistan, for the first time, just came across Daesh incident in 2014, when Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, kingpins, and many others were operating for this organization, and they were planning to join it. And even the NACTA, the National Counterterrorism Authority, also detected many calls that many terrorist militant organizations were directly in contact with Daesh top leadership in Syria and Iraq, and that's why they started crackdown in Punjab first against Lashkar-e-Jhangvi,
Right.
and they claimed that they eliminated the entire top leadership of Lashkar-e-Jhangvi. But my view is that all Lashkar-e-Jhangvi leadership not only killed, but some of them are also migrated to Balochistan, and they make Balochistan a very vital and some sort of paradise for banned outfit organization activists. Like, look at this, the Mastung operation was very vital, and military was pretty right while saying that they destroyed or unearthed the headquarters of Daesh, because Mr. Ijaz Bangulzai, his brother, also was founder of Lashkar-e-Jhangvi in Balochistan,
Right.
and he migrated reportedly to Afghanistan, and he now has been joined ranks of Daesh, and he's looking
So this is a
after
whole
Pakistan's
nexus
problem.
of crime and extremism and terrorism.
Yes, that's
certainly.
why these are the local people which are basically being attracted by Daesh, not only with money, and of course hostile organizations are funding these organizations in Pakistan, and Pakistan authorities and intelligence agencies have ample evidences that how it's being funded
by.
not only by RAW, Indian agency, but also by Iranian intelligence agency, and that's why Balochistan unfortunately shared porous border with Iran and Afghanistan, and it's very easily penetration. And that's what the need is, that Pakistan law enforcement agencies should break this network. And
in your report, I would put this question to Mr. Hassan, and then we'll continue our discussion. And that is that these terrorists somehow, they have been using social media very effectively, and they have been recruiting young people from Pakistan on social media. In 20 points of National Action Plan, there is a point that says that we need to have a very strict cyber law, let's say, or a policy on cyber crimes as well. Mr. Hassan, do you think that now is the time that Pakistan should expedite its efforts to put a control on cyber security?
Absolutely. There are no two points about it, that cyber has to be controlled and cyber warfare is going on. It's not something new, but now especially it has been geared up, and the enemies are making full use of it. As you have said, that the young minds, the youngsters are being motivated to come and join such kinds of outfits and then destroy themselves, not only themselves but also destroy their homes and the country as at large. So this was appreciated much earlier once the NACTA and once the National Action Plan was put in there. And so this importance of this particular point was felt at that time, and that was the reason that this has been included into it. And now I personally feel that a lot of strictness is going on, people are very watchful. There has been a counter to this as well. On the same media is also countering it. Look, this is wrong and this is right on the same thing. So that is very good and encouraging. More education is required, of course, because the enemy is putting in a lot of money into it because these are new in the absence of TAIMUR, the conventional warfare. So such kind of things will be used. Right. These approaches will be used for operations, smaller operations.
Zaid, in your report, you mentioned that social media is used by Daesh, and they recruit young people on social media. Then these young people somehow are taken to Afghanistan for training, and they come back to Pakistan to attack innocent people, innocent children, women, people in Pakistan. How can we put a check on these 4 steps that you have mentioned in your report?
This is very important, Taimur. The most important thing right now, 62 organizations are banned in Pakistan, but 40 banned organizations are still operating their Facebook pages very actively in Pakistan. They are very much active on social media. Our new cybercrime laws are definitely empowering security agencies and the government of Pakistan to keep check on such activities. But
but many social media accounts are not managed from Pakistan. This is also very interesting. They are managed from somewhere else, perhaps from India, perhaps from Afghanistan or other countries.
You're right. Just let me to complete it. But Pakistan can block them. At least we cannot operate these pages in Pakistan. We cannot see them. The incident is like 7 to 8 banned organizations operating in Balochistan, but their website is still operating in Pakistan. Can you imagine?
So we have to keep a check on that.
I just gone through about Balochistan Republican Army page, and the website is still operating in Pakistan. I'm really surprised that how Pakistan cannot stop it. Pakistan should stop it, and either we should take action against such militant organization on social media. That cyber crime and cyber activities must be checked here in Pakistan. And the other thing is that look at India. India is letting radio broadcast of Balochi language. This is very, very, I think, stunning. And Pakistan even is not thinking about it because it's all war game. Like that, Voice of America here is very much active. Every country is pushing its own agenda through this broadcast, and everything is same. India is doing against Pakistan. And Pakistan is not doing like that because, listen, the Khalistan movement, which is generating fund, millions of dollars in America under the law because the firm was registered under Department of Justice. I'm sorry, I'm just giving you a different perspective about it. But Pakistan is not thinking about it. Pakistan should think about social media activities, think about how they can push their own propaganda agenda against any other country. When India is not stopping it, why should Pakistan is not doing that?
Mr. Ajit Doval, Indian politician, he's on record saying that they would pay more money to the terrorists to act against Pakistan. And interestingly, what we see in Daesh is what Mr. Zaid is telling, that they get more money, they get more resources, they get more arms, they get more intelligence reports. Obviously, somebody is supporting them, somebody is financing them. Mr. Hassan, do you think that these countries like India need to stop financing and supporting the terrorists? Because ultimately, if this is going to happen in Pakistan, this can very much happen in other parts of the region as well. If this is happening in Afghanistan and Pakistan, this can go somewhere else as well.
It can go globally. And this is now a menace which is spreading globally because the access of such kind of thing is not only limited to one region or to one individual. It is accessible to everyone in the world.
If you feed the snakes in Pakistan and Afghanistan, then
it's exactly. But my point is that instead of blacking it out totally and putting restrictions on that, there is another solution to it. And we should go for that. And that is why not to educate individuals, why not to get engaged into it. We are trying to refrain ourselves not to get engaged into it. They have got engaged into it. They are engaging themselves by pouring in money, by doing that propaganda which is required. They want to fulfill their own goals and all that. Why can't we also do and be more active, proactive? Actually, the problem is that Pakistan is, sorry to say, but then we are mostly trying to have corrective measures but not proactive. I think in all these things which we have talked today, I think we need to be more proactive. And in media also we need to be more proactive. Like we have to appreciate certain things beforehand and then take a countermeasure to it instead of blacking it out. Blacking out means not a permanent solution to a problem. It will be temporarily. The moment you take off that curtain, the same thing is behind that curtain. So you need to basically wipe that out. So once we know that in region this menace is growing, and we also know that against Pakistan, India is conspiring, and also we know that the land or foreign land is being used against us. We have got all relevant documents with us. The need is for the hour is that we need to make our case more stronger, and we need to put it forward. And now with SCO coming in, I think that we have a more stronger platform within our region also to bring our concerns. However, maybe terrorism is one of the points on agenda of SCO.
In July 2016, Mr. Zahid, Hafiz Saeed Khan, head of Daesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, was killed in a US drone strike. Do you think that Pakistan, United States and NATO forces, they can act against these terrorists in the region, and that Pakistan should bring up this issue with Afghanistan as well, that these people, they have their safe havens inside Afghanistan, and Pakistan has been talking about it very recently as well and repeatedly, that Afghanistan government also needs to take action against these terrorists. But some experts are of the view that Afghanistan government, the Kabul government, perhaps they are not in a position at the moment to take action against these terrorists. We saw the Mazar-e-Sharif attack, we saw the Kabul attack, very sad incident. But ultimately, we have to do something about Daesh presence in Afghanistan and its, let's say, effects in Pakistan.
Definitely, I agree to you, because it's a very, very worrying sign for the country like Pakistan, that when Daesh is establishing very strong footing in Afghanistan. So it's a very vital thing that Afghanistan government is unfortunately very weak, and it could not have controlled all such organizations like Taliban, like other banned outfit. So issue is same, and that's why Pakistan is suffering, and all people just go over there, they just got training, inspired, and then come back to Pakistan, and that they are very much familiar to ground realities, and they conduct operations and just very inspired other people as well. Like now, the Iran is also suffering that. Iran, for the first time,
yes.
Yesterday, the day before yesterday, that faced such kind of thing. So these three countries, unfortunately, Afghanistan is facing volatile situation, is not having an empowered army or military to cope such kind of thing.
So don't you think that all the more reason
America should review it, and the NATO forces to review their strategy. They should not let at least Islamic State to get their footprint stronger and stronger in Afghanistan, because directly it affects Pakistan status, land order situation in Pakistan. So I think it's a broader perspective. Pakistan need to think and come out categorically. Yes, there are some influence of Daesh, and Pakistan should de-radicalize this younger lot. Particularly, we should include the social media thing in textbooks as well, so that our young student and youth could know that what exactly they are doing on this social media, because it's a boon and ban at the same time.
Right, right. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Mr. Ashimpreet, pleasure having you on the program. Mr. Zahid Gishkori, thank you for your time. Military operation against Daesh was successful, and 12 militants were killed in the military operation in Mustang. And the message from Pakistan is very clear. that Pakistan would not tolerate any kind of terrorist activity inside Pakistan or on its peripheries. And also, but at the same time, Pakistan expects its neighbors to act against these terrorists, and this is the only way we can have peace in the region. Daesh has killed many innocent people in Afghanistan, in Iran recently, and in Pakistan. And also, this is a time when these countries should get united against the extremism and terrorism. Thank you for watching today's program. See you next time. Khuda Hafiz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولله الأسماء الحسنى فادعوه بها
और अल्लाह ही के लिए अच्छे